Okay. Hello, everybody. Testing. If you can see me. Okay, so this is the first time that I am using a YouTube live. And I'm just testing to see, if it's working. First time that I am using a YouTube live. And okay. I'm just testing. Good. Now, if you can hear me, can you type something inside the comments box so that I know that you can see and you can hear me? Okay, so it's going to be very, very exciting. Today, I am going to do a stock reveal on something that has brought my mentee 776% ROI. I'm not even kidding. Okay, I have the screenshot like I showed you guys on Telegram. The screenshot of the returns. And this stock itself, the share price has nearly doubled year to date. Okay, so what stock is this? Now, once again, if you can hear me, you can see me, just type in the country. Okay, Adrian, hello. He says, I can hear you. Fantastic. Okay, and if you're new to my channel, if you're new to me, you can find out more about me on my Telegram channel. It's in the scroll. So my Telegram channel, that's where I post my most updated investing insights, dissect, etc. You can subscribe for exclusive reports and analysis at my link as well on Beehive. And you can also head over to my Facebook, my Facebook page. So it's all in the scroller underneath. Okay, so today it's very exciting. I'm going to do this stock review and also a stock dissect on which, on this company that has brought significant returns to mine and my mentee's portfolio. Okay, so this is none other than, let me share. Da-da-da. Okay, guys, before we start, let's warm up a little bit, okay? Can you help by liking and sharing this video so that we can bump it up and more people can join us in this learning? Because a lot of effort is always spent behind the scenes, doing this dissect for you guys so that you can save your time doing the analysis, okay? And the more investors joining us in this learning, the more the merrier. And it's very encouraging. It's very encouraging to know that people are actually benefiting from this. Okay, so help to like and share this video. Help to like and share, and then we can start. Okay, so in the meantime, let me share my screen with you. And yeah, okay, you can probably see it now. So once again, if you have helped to like and share, as usual, can you put LNS in the chat? Okay. This is the stock review. It is none other than PLTR. All right. So as you guys can see, this is what I posted in the Telegram chat that, hey guys, year to date, this stock has nearly doubled. And this screenshot is also from one of my mentees' portfolio accounts. Okay. So he has gained a 776% return just from one particular counter. And this is none other than PLTR. So the question is, what makes PLTR stand out? What are some of its risks? Can it continue the bull run? And should you invest in it? Now, before we begin as well, please do your own due diligence. This is not a stock recommendation. Okay, this is just my analysis. I'm sharing with you what I've learned about the company, and at the end of the day, you can decide as to whether you want to invest in it or not. So let's start. Firstly, how does PLTR make money? Now, PLTR was founded in 2003, providing data analytics tools to help its customers, primarily the government sector, okay, use AI to make real-time decisions. And it started serving only the government customers for intelligence gathering, counter-terrorism, and military purposes. And it first rose to public prominence when, in its role to help the government find and kill Osama bin Laden, if you guys remember, right? Controversial. And now, in the recent years, PLTR uses generative AI to spur growth in the US commercial markets, such as in the healthcare and financial services industry. So you must be wondering, then its original story of its first movers advantage with its government clients now seem to be hitting a plateau, right? Which is why it's expanding its sector. And you may ask, does it mean that there is a risk that the original business model has now hit a ceiling? Or does it show that it actually has a strength in pivoting and expanding its business? We are going to deep dive into that. All right. So how do you read this graph? Basically, let me just draw it on my screen over here. You can see this blue portion over here. This is the revenues, right? Right now, and it's split into the government sector and the commercial sector. And you can see that about 55% comes from the government sector and the other 45% comes from the commercial sector. So this portion is new, all right? It only started in 2021, while the government sector has been its main bread and butter, and it was its origin story, its original customer segment. Okay, so 66% of its business is in the US, so it's highly focused in this part of the world. Rest of the world, 23%, and then the UK, 10.6%. Okay, now we have seen very strong revenue growth in the past years, and this year included. So in Q1, year on year, quarter on quarter, it grew 39% in total, and this was primarily fueled by the commercial revenues that grew 71% to $255 billion, and $255 million, and it grew 45% year on year, quarter on quarter in its government revenues to 373 million, right, in Q1 this year. So the question is, what is driving this strong growth of the company? It's a strong double-digit growth, and what exactly makes Palantir stand out? Okay, so starting with its origin story, right? And this is indeed Palantir's first movers advantage and its original competitive advantage. It was one of the first movers in getting the government as its main client, because its promise to the government, it's the secure ecosystem in which it's able to provide these analytical tools for real-time analysis and data and decision making. Okay, so what's going to drive it further, right, from here on is the increasing unrest. So if you think about it, as the world gets more complicated, war in Ukraine, right, the Middle East, the US-China tensions, and even NATO's newly updated 5% GDP defense target, Palantir's government contracts are going to grow, right? And right now we see that Palantir, the government clients actually contribute to more than 50%, so more than half of its revenues. Okay, so it's still a main bulk of its clientele base. And this demand for AI-driven intelligence tools is going to rise based on all the unrest that's going on. NATO's updated defense targets, you think about it, Ukraine, Middle East, right? US-China tensions. Now, also, what makes it stand out is that it has been awarded, with this, it's been awarded about $1.3 billion in contracts, from the US Department of Defense. So one of it was about 800 million, awarded in May by the Department of Defense for the Maven Smart System, which is a battlefield analysis software. And it was awarded another 480 million for its systems prototype. So it's 1.3 billion in total. And not just that, recently on the defense front, Palantir was assigned another $178 million contract with the US Army, another 30 million with ICE. Okay, so overall, it's 373 million in Q1 itself, which represents a 45% increase year on year, quarter on quarter. Okay, so this is a very strong growth, and once again driven by macroeconomic geopolitical situations, right? This is only going to increase. Now, what makes it stand out as well is its innovation, the tech that backs it up. And this is why it's able to adapt into cross-sector, and now it's crossing into the commercial businesses, not just the government clients, but they are driving the commercial part of the business. And with the technology that it's using, it's able to expand into diverse industries like healthcare, energy, finance, aerospace, etc. As you can see in this slide over here. Okay, so these are just some of its large clients. This is non-exclusive. Okay, it has a whole list of their clients are some of the largest companies in the world. So it shows a growing total addressable market beyond the government sector as well, backed by its hybrid AI platform for defense and its enterprise clients. Okay, and something that makes Palantir uniquely, stand out relative to traditional software companies is that it leverages forward deployed engineers. And what does that mean? It means a specialized type of software engineers who work directly with customers to configure, deploy, support software solutions to help the customers identify and build out custom use cases. Okay. And then from there, the product development engineers take these custom built applications and then standardize it to fit it across the other clients in the same industry. Okay, so this is very powerful. Why? Because they are able to customize, yet they are able to scale across various industries. And at the end of the day, what are they able to do? They are able to capitalize the overall AI growth. Now, AI itself is a very broad term, right? It's a super broad term. What does AI consist of? AI consists of deep learning, machine learning, NLP, machine vision, cut across hardware, software, services. Okay, and Palantir, of course, doesn't sit across all of them. It sits in some parts of them. Some parts of the pie. But this gives you an idea of the scale and the growth that we are talking about in terms of the industry itself that it sits in. Okay, so by 2034, it's forecasted, okay, the artificial intelligence market size will reach 3.6 trillion. And this represents a CAGR of 19.2% in the next 10 years. Okay, and Palantir's ability to capture this growth is very important because it can be a growing industry, but if the company is not a strong company, it doesn't have the network, it doesn't have the technology and the resources to be able to capture this growth, then that is pointless as well. But Palantir has that technology, the network, the credibility, etc., to back up this growth. All right, and in the broader landscape, 78% of companies, which is about 80%, 80%, right? We always talk about the Pareto rule. So 80-20. 80% of companies today use AI in at least one function of the business, up from about 50 to 55% in 2023. Okay, so this gives you an idea. There is no escaping of the use of AI. All right, so basically what makes Palantir stand out at this point in time, it's its technology, the security behind it, its ability to customize and scale, and therefore riding on this AI growth. Now, of course, there are a lot of technicalities that go behind the scenes, right? No time for that today. You guys can read up more on that, or maybe I can conduct a separate session on that. But having said that, what we know is that based on what we are seeing in Palantir's financials today, it is capitalizing strong growth, right? As we can see, 71% year on year with a commercial revenue growth, beating expectations. Okay, so of course, not all is rosy and dandy, right? There are always risks to some businesses. So if you guys are familiar with Palantir, can you tell me what are some risks that you think are present in Palantir's business? What are some risks that are present in Palantir's business? And can y'all just type it in the chat? Once again, this is my first time using YouTube live. Okay, so I'm not too sure if it's actually really working or not, in terms of the interactions as well. Okay, guys, so I'm not actually seeing the comments. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look at the comments. All right. So what are some of the risks that you might want to watch out for? And if you guys are watching on Facebook, maybe you can try, because I can't see the comments over there, maybe you guys can try to tune into the YouTube live and type your comments here, okay? But coming back to this, basically, some of the risks that you might want to watch out for. Number one, it's the heavy customer concentration risk. So it has a high reliance on the government sector, right? 55% of the revenue. So can you imagine what is its biggest strength is also its biggest weakness, right? In terms of Palantir's business coming from the government, it lacks diversification. Okay. And especially also, I mean, in this Trump era, we don't know what he will do. Okay. And this basically makes the company vulnerable to budget cuts, regulatory shifts, although budget cuts highly unlikely, especially once again with NATO's refresh defense budget, right? But we never know. Second risk, which to me is a very big risk if you guys are reading up on some of the controversies surrounding Palantir, it's the ethical and regulatory scrutiny that's going around it. So with its system, with the kind of data that Palantir is extracting, right, from a customer, this enables overreach. It enables racial profiling, right, and violations of due processes. And former employees have also resigned because of the role that it has played in the Gaza surveillance, the US immigration enforcement, and some of them have even cited moral harms. And just think about it, if this same system is what captures government data, right, to healthcare data, to financial data, criminal records, etc., can you imagine the system actually knows you better than you do? Okay, it has data of you captured across different aspects of your life. So there's a lot of ethical and regulatory scrutiny concerning this. And for example, one of the Trump era architect of strict immigration policies, he hold Palantir stocks, right, through a child's account. So there's also conflict of interest that has sparked some investigations and lawsuits. Okay, so on top of that, there's a lot of other ethical and regulatory scrutiny that's going on that you guys might want to watch out for. And lastly, from a business standpoint as well, inconsistent profitability. So Palantir turned profitable in the recent quarters, but it's been unprofitable for years with thin margins versus its peers. All right. And also we see that about 70% of its revenues actually come from the US. So because of how the system is built, I wouldn't say it's the inability, but it makes it less agile, right, in scaling out of the US. Although we do see some signs of it in its revenues, but not a huge growth. Okay. So these are just some of the risks to watch out for. And you want to ask yourself, then at the end of the day, is Palantir worth investing in? I mean, at the end of the day, this company, has brought tremendous returns, right, to some portfolios. So do you all think this is worth it? Guys, do you think that this company is worth investing in? Now, let's have a look. Okay, it is astronomical in terms of the forward PE based on estimated earnings. Its forward PE is 256, and with a trailing PE, meaning based on its current earnings, you are paying 600 times into the future. It is astronomical, all right? And of course, you have different research firms doing their own valuations, and regardless, okay, for example, Guru Focus did their valuations, forward PE 96, right? Palantir as compared to Crowd, which is also in the same category of 65. So it's like 50% higher valuation than Crowd. Okay, and if we were to look at, let's say, PS ratios, right? So just looking at the sales itself, price to sales ratios, you're paying nearly 100 times into the future, which is insane. Okay, that means you're paying 100 years into the future based on its current sales, as compared to, once again, CrowdStrike, you're paying about 29 years into the future. Okay, guys? So I want to ask you, do you think it is worth it, right? I mean, there are some investors who argue that, hey, but in the past, when Amazon first started out, you were also paying multiple times into the future. It was ridiculous. I still remember, when I was studying into Amazon stocks, that was in 2015 or 2016, its PE value was through the roof, right? Through the roof. But today, of course, it's one of the stocks that is absolutely worth taking a look at. Okay. So could this be another story like that? What do you guys think? Okay, what do you guys think? Now, question is Palantir stock for everybody? Yes, no, or don't know? Right? Yes, no, or don't know. I also want you guys to be keying inside the chat. So let me have a look. Okay, let's see. Overvalued. Yes. Adrian says overvalued. It's way overvalued. Okay, it's astronomically overvalued. And just looking at the business itself, guys, do you think that Palantir stock is for everybody? If yes, type yes. If no, type no. If you don't know, type don't know. Okay, is Palantir stock for everyone? It doesn't mean, right? Okay. Adrian says depends on the CPS. Now, your customized portfolio strategy. Absolutely. Okay. So, the answer is a resounding no. Guys, this stock is not for everybody. Okay. You guys have to know that whether a stock is suitable for you or not depends on your risk appetite. That is very important, which is why stock tips, following blindly on gurus, right? Copy trades, they don't work. And most people lose money in them because what is somebody's risk appetite and risk profile, life stage, portfolio goals, etc., is not yours. And someone's investing psyche is not yours as well. Okay, so it's very important to know what is your psyche. So if you are investing in this stock, how do you sleep soundly? Number one, you have to build your conviction, right? You have to understand about the business. Today, I'm just skimming the surface, all right, giving you the broad pointers. But after this, please go and do your homework. Okay, and secondly, you definitely need a customized portfolio strategy, your CPS, with proper risk allocation, risk management, buffers, right? Proper entry, exit rules, because you do not throw all your eggs in one basket. You need to know at any one point in time how much to be vested, how many positions, right? How to enter, how to exit. And as well, if you're going to invest, you have to position size. Okay, you have to position size. So that is some very basic investment principles, but many people do not do that. Okay, and the customization especially is very important. So now some very exciting announcements. I want to invite everyone who is watching, to sign up for my upcoming workshop called Profit in this AI era, where I'm going to be sharing with you my most updated strategy for the stock market. And this applies to any stock market in the world, while I'm going to focus on the US stock market. But this system that I'm going to teach you, okay, applies to any stock market in the world. And I'm seeing too many people struggling with red or flat-ish results, even in this bull market. And therefore, I'm doing this free workshop to share with you. Okay, 4 benefits that you will get out of this workshop. Number one, how to position your portfolio to take advantage of the AI revolution, of the geopolitical turbulences, and the market volatility. Okay, second, I'm going to teach you guys how to build your customized portfolio strategy. Once again, you definitely need one that is customized to your risk appetite, life stage, portfolio goals, strengths, and weaknesses, because there is no one size fits all. And you want to play strong for the rest of 2025. I'm going to share with you my exact 3-step system that I fine-tuned over 14 years of investing, costed me more than 80K of learnings, okay? And it's supercharging my portfolio now in a peaceful and profitable manner. And I've coached more than 2,000 over students worldwide, okay? So I know that this system is something that works. And lastly, I'm going to be sharing with you guys exactly some of the market opportunities that I'm looking out for right now and my analysis of the stock market. and the opportunities that I'm going to capture. Okay, so regardless of whether you're a new or seasoned investor, if you're facing difficulties building a profitable and peaceful portfolio aligned to your financial goals, life stage, portfolio goals, risk appetite, etc., come. Okay, come for the workshop. You're going to benefit from this. If you don't know how to navigate the market volatility, you lack an understanding of time and result-proven investment strategies and methods, and also very importantly, you're struggling to maintain a healthy, balanced investor's mindset because you are tossed and turned in the waves of the market volatility right now, come. You are going to benefit from it. Okay, so I'm going to, all right. So I'm just going to put this, and I'm also going to paste in the chat. Let me see if I can. Okay. So you guys can join my Telegram group for the link that will let you register or sign up for this upcoming workshop. Okay. But if not, I am going to paste it in the chat as well. So just give me a moment. I'm not too sure if YouTube actually allows me to do that. Let me check. Okay. So I'm just pasting it in the chat right now. If you don't see it, you can head over to my Telegram group. All right, once again, it's in the scroller underneath the channel over there. Or if not, you can, okay, let me hide this. Banners, here. Okay, so these are the various ways in which you can find me on email, on Telegram. I'm most active on Telegram. This is my most updated insights, polls, etc. Okay, so the link for the sign up sheet for the upcoming workshop is also going to be on Telegram. So you can sign up there. Otherwise, you can reach me on Facebook, on my Facebook page. But please note that there are a lot of fake Telegram accounts, fake Facebook page. Okay, so you want to be very cautious as well. I never ever ask you and ask you to transfer me money on a DM. No, okay, guys, that's not me. So be very careful of all the fake accounts. And lastly, on YouTube. So I guess you guys must be tuning in to this YouTube. It's my first time doing this YouTube live. Okay, so I'm still very new to this platform. But thanks for tuning in, guys. So help to bump this up, help to like and help to share this video so that more people can join us in this learning now and also in the future live sessions that I'm going to cover. Okay, so maybe before we go, just type in one learning from today. Today is a very, very short dissect. I normally do a much longer dissect, but what I understand is that YouTube viewers do not have such a long attention span. Is this true? Okay, but if you're stuck till now, thumbs up, kudos, okay, for taking time out for your learning. As you start to understand companies, this is how you start to build your watch list, and this is how you start to build your portfolio. And this is where your returns come as well. So type in one learning in the chat. Okay, type in one learning in the chat. And that's it for today. Okay, so coming back here, let me see. Okay, so I wish everyone a good day or good evening or good morning ahead, whichever part of the world that you're tuning in from. I look forward to catching you at the free upcoming workshop. And I'm also going to continue doing stock dissect. If you like this, thumbs up and share this video, and I will catch you.